All right, so y'all, this is another problem here out of 11.1, and it's question number 10. And so y'all, the student sent me their problem, but I know it looks like there's parts. It says in parts A and B, find the relationships and all that kind of thing, and then in part C. And so I want to be able to make sure that I can do A, B, and C, and I only see A here, so I'm just going to do this one. Okay, so let's take a look here, y'all. Here's my angle, and guys, I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit so I can kind of get a better picture. Let me zoom in just a little bit. I'm trying to see if I can do this neatly. Okay, that looks good enough. All right, so let's take a look. So y'all, in this problem, I know that the whole angle here is going to be 180 degrees, right? And we already know that this piece here, y'all, is 90 degrees. So that means that angle X plus angle Y has to be 90 degrees, right? But there's telling me some other information here, guys. They're telling me also that this angle here is 1/4 times whatever that angle is, okay? So y'all, if the measure of angle X is equal to 1/4 the measure of angle Y, and if I were to add them together and I get 90, there's a couple things I can do here, y'all. If the measure of angle X is 1/4 the measure of angle Y, y'all, this is just an idea. Okay, look, if I multiply this by 4, that's going to tell me 4x, right? But if I multiply this by 4, that 4 and that 4 would cancel out, right? So what this is telling me is that angle Y is 4 times the measure of angle X. So y'all, because I know that X and Y add up to 90, what I want to do now is I'm going to say, look, X plus Y is equal to 90. And we also know that 4x is equal to y. And what I'm going to do, y'all, is I'm going to take this guy right here, and I'm going to plug him in right there. So I'm going to say x plus another 4x is equal to 90. So when I add them together, remember the number in front of there is a 1, so 1x and 4x is 5x is equal to 90. So when I divide both sides by 5, y'all, let's see what we get for x. So I'm going to take my calculator right here. I'm going to say, look, what's 90 divided by 5? I'm coming up with 18. Okay, so the measure of angle X is 18 degrees. Now, remember what we said, y'all. If we were to add those angles together, we would get 90 degrees. So 18 plus angle Y is 90. So if I subtract 18 on both sides, I should come up with, let's see, what's 90 minus 18? I want to say it's 72. 72, right? Okay, good. So the measure of angle Y is 72. So y'all, look, I'm going to come back. I'm going to write on my original picture. So this angle here is 18 degrees, and that angle there is 72 degrees. So look, AOB, 18 degrees, and this one is 72. So guys, I'm going to check my answer right over here. Okay, so I'm in my lab. I'm going to type in 18. Right here, I'm going to type in 72. I'm going to check my answer. Okay, so we're good there. Now, okay, I got a second part, y'all. So look, let me do this. Let me see if I can bump this guy up. Actually, I'll just see if I can. Well, I think I just need this part here. Ah, it does have another little AOB is something. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of that. Okay, we come back this way, and let's upload that picture. Okay, and guys, I am going to try to zoom in on this one just so I can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so first thing I know, this whole angle here, y'all, is 90 degrees, right? Okay, and let's see what they're telling me. Angle AOB, this angle here, is 25 degrees less than 7 times the measure of that one, okay, which is BOC, which is angle X. Okay, so AOB, y'all, is angle Y, is 25 less than 7 times X. So 25 less than 7 times X, okay? So guys, first thing I know, X and Y have to add up to 90 degrees. And I also know that Y is equal to 7X minus 25. So guys, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to plug this in. So X plus 7X minus 25 equals 90. Remember, the number in front of that X is a 1. So 1x and 7x is going to leave me with an 8x minus 25 equals 90 degrees. I'm going to add 25 to both sides. Okay. So that's going to leave me with 8x equals, let's see, 90 and 25 should be something like 115. Boom, there it is, 115. And then, y'all, I'm going to divide this by the number 8, okay? So I can figure out what's the measure of angle x. So let me divide that by 8, and I'll convert it to a decimal, y'all, right here. Convert it to a decimal, 14.375, okay? I'm going to write it as a decimal because I like using that way, and I don't think they're going to have a big problem with me doing it this way. Okay, so we found the measure of angle x to be 14.375. I still need to find the measure of angle y, okay? So y'all, remember, we said earlier that the measure of angle y was 7x minus 25, right? But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 7 times 14.375 and subtract 25 from it. So let me multiply this guy by 7, and let me subtract 25. And I'm coming up with 7 and 5/8. And y'all, so the other one was 14 and 3/8, 75 and 5/8. I'll check my answers in a little bit. So 75 and 5/8. And I'm going to check my answer. I don't know. They might want me to use decimals or fractions. I don't know. Let's see. So BOC, that was the 14.375. So let me do it like that. 375. Okay. And let's see. Okay, and this one we came up with like 78 and something. And I'm going to go back what it was as a decimal. Let me convert it to a decimal. 0.625. Okay. And again, I'm not certain if they want me to use a decimal or a fraction. 0.625. So I'm first going to check with a decimal, y'all. Okay, so the first answer is correct. My second one isn't. Okay, so did I type in something wrong? 78.625. Is that what I got? Oh, 75. Sorry. That was my bad, y'all. That was my bad. So let's go back here. 75.625. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Okay, boom. And now, whoa, now we got part C. Okay, and in part C it says find only the measure of angle BOC and state why the exact values x and y cannot be determined. Okay, so look, let's do this one here, y'all. Okay, so boom, here we go. Okay, and so guys, what I'm going to try to do also is I'm going to upload the same picture over here, but I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit. And they're telling me we should be able to find the measure of angle BOC. Okay, so let's see if we can find the measure of angle BOC. So BOC is right here. Boom. Okay, and they want us to find the measure of that angle. Okay, so let's see here, y'all. Remember, y'all, because this is a straight angle, I know that that whole angle has to add up to 180 degrees, right? So look, if I add this part up, that's going to give me 3x's. And if I add this part up, that's going to give me 3y's. And that has to add up to 180 degrees. Now, y'all, if I divide everything here by 3, I'm going to come up with x plus y equals 60 degrees. Now, remember what they said. They want us to find the measure of angle BOC. So y'all, I'm going to try to do this in, I don't know, green, okay? And let me make this line a little bit bigger. So BOC. So y'all, look what BOC is. BOC is y and x added together. And look, x and y added together is 60 degrees, right? And that's the only, I can find that, but I don't know what the other parts are. You know what I mean? But I can at least find that part there, y'all. So I'm going to say that answer should be 60 degrees. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to type in a 60, and I'm going to check my answer, and hey, we got it done, okay? Okay, so now it says, look, the exact values x and y can't be determined because the figure only gives us enough to find the sum of x and y. To find x and y, more information about the relationship between x and y, or a value such as the measure of angle. Look, it says EOD or DOA. So let's take a look. EOD, or what was the other one? DOA. Was that the other one, DOA? Well, where do you know DOA is 180? So it would have to be the other one. It'd have to be EOD. EOD all would be, what are the values of the three y's if I add them together, okay? So look, I'm going to check my answer, and we're done, okay? If y'all got questions, let me know.